Today we are making ultra moist and fluffy chocolate roll cake. Let's get started. Alright, as the very first thing, prepare your baking sheet. You can transfer the cake easily by baking it on parchment paper. Set it aside. Now sift flour. Cake flour is lumpy, so I always recommend sifting it in advance to get the best result. Next, in the medium bowl, whisk together the milk, oil, and cocoa powder. It'll look separated in the beginning, but continue whisking for another minute and it'll look nice and smooth, like this. Set it aside. Now separate eggs. Be sure that the tools are completely clean and dry for the egg whites to whip properly. Also, I prepared the sugar for the meringue before I forget. Add the yolks in the bowl. Add sugar and whip them together. It'll start looking more pale and foamy when it's ready. And meanwhile, while you are whipping the yolks, start whipping your egg whites. Once it looks fluffy, add half of the sugar. Add the remaining sugar when it looks even fluffier. Toward the end, lower the speed to create a shiny, more stable meringue with smaller air bubbles. I do this for at least 1 minute, ideally more than a few minutes. The meringue should look very fluffy and thick. The tip of the meringue should curl up a little bit when lifting your whisk. Now immediately use it while the condition is the best. Fold together all the meringue and the whipped yolks until about 50% is blended. Do not mix them completely yet, as we want to keep the batter nice and airy to make very fluffy chocolate sponge cake. Add the sifted flour and fold. It's a good amount of flour, so in the beginning, I like cutting the surface sometimes like this. And continue folding. Use a large bowl to fold easily. Oftentimes, the flour is hiding on the bottom, so make sure to check there as well. Looking good. Add 1 big scoop of the egg mixture to the chocolate mixture and mix. I like to whisk fast in the beginning so that they can blend more easily and fold after that. Once they are roughly combined, pour it back to the meringue mixture and start folding until evenly combined. For chocolate sponge cake, it's extremely important not to over mix the batter, as the acid and oil in cocoa powder pop the air bubbles quickly. A cake batter gets looser more quickly than a regular sponge cake. Again, clean the sides of the bowl and flip the batter on the bottom to ensure that an even batter is not hiding there. Stop folding as soon as evenly incorporated. Now immediately pour it into the prepared pan. Use a dough scraper to spread the batter evenly. Drop the excess butter on the corners and let's bake it. Be careful not to over bake it. Transfer it to a cooling rack as soon as the surface bounces back gently. Seal the surface with plastic wrap while the cake is hot. By doing this, you can remove the baked skins easily. Now, don't hesitate and peel it fast to remove all the baked skin, which can feel sticky and difficult to frost over. You can absolutely roll the whole cake, but when I can, I like cutting it in half as the process gets easier when the cake is smaller. I was actually wondering if I should share half amount of this recipe for that reason. I will also leave the amounts of the ingredients in the description below. Slice one edge diagonally for a tighter fit when rolling the cake. To make the chocolate whipped cream, melt your chocolate first. In the warm melted chocolate, add a little bit of cold heavy cream. Mix well until combined and continue this until adding all the cream. We want to add it little by little so that the chocolate does not get hardened quickly and turn into chocolate chips. And chill it in the fridge. I recommend doing this before start making the sponge cake to ensure that the cream is chilled completely by the time the sponge cake is baked and cooled. Chocolate whipped cream starts separating easily when it's not chilled completely. Whip it until very fluffy and stiff. Spread the cream all over the sponge cake, but leave about 1 inch from the edge unfrosted to prevent the cream from squeezing out after rolling. Now, to roll the cake, gently curl the edge of the sponge by hand to create a C shape. Gently push the edge inward to do this and avoid pressing it from the top as it can lead to a cracked surface. Once you created the C shape, move the parchment paper as close as you can to your stomach as you can roll the cake much easier this way. Hold the parchment paper on the other side to ensure it will not move at all and simply pull the parchment paper upward like this. The cake rolls on its own. You can also lay a towel under to do this. I feel the process gets a little bit easier with it because the parchment paper does not slide at all. Ensure to hold the towel with your tummy so it will not move. The surface of the cake cracks when pressing the top or adding too much pressure overall. So treat it like a very sensitive baby. Now wrap the surface with plastic wrap or something else and chill it in the fridge. I like placing loaf pans or something that fits between the cakes so that it can remain the nice shape when chilling. Now, additionally, if you want to make the cake even more chocolatey, try this simple chocolate glaze. Mix melted chocolate and warm heavy cream little by little, just like how we did with the chocolate whipped cream. Add honey, which helps to make a smoother ganache. And set it aside. Slice the cake with a hot knife to get a very clean look. If the ganache gets thickened a little bit too much like this, simply heat it slightly to make it looser. The glaze should look slightly thick yet still loose so that it falls nicely over the cake. Now enjoy. The cake looks very impressive, yet you can make it in easy steps and simple ingredients. This is no doubt the most moist and fluffy chocolate roll cake I've ever had. Try it for yourself and let me know how you enjoyed it for your special day. To store the cake, wrap the surface tightly to prevent it from getting dry, and you can store it in the refrigerator or freezer. About the cake syrup, I didn't apply it today because I felt the cake was pretty moist already. But of course, if you like, you can apply it. I'm gonna leave the amount somewhere around here. When you are using whipped cream like today, make sure that you chill the cake until right before serving. That is because whipped cream doesn't hold so well at room temperature. It'll slowly start collapsing and getting loose after some hours. You can also use buttercreams like chocolate buttercream, vanilla buttercream. In that case, you can leave the cake at room temperature for some time. Today I used natural cocoa powder, but I also tried it with Dutch processed cocoa powder, or to be specific, Halsey's Special Dark, which is, as far as I know, it's 50% natural and 50% Dutch processed. I like it better usually because the taste gets a little bit more richer and I like the color. And if you have any other questions about chocolate roll cake, drop me in the comment section below and I'll try to answer as many as possible. And I also have a recipe for vanilla roll cake and so many other sponge cakes. I'll leave all of them in the description below, so if you're interested, check it out. Oh, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy pastry 11 and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.